Hey everyone, my name is Babu. I'm the founder CEO of Testleaf and QEagle. And my sales team told that you got a lot of questions related to the course about the GenAI. I wanted to talk about it in detail in this video. This video can be a little longer. Just stay with me. I'll answer every single question that you may have on your mind. So to begin with, we have broken our AI course into three parts. The mandatory part is at least you should learn the part 1 and part 2 of our course, so you get the maximum out of our learning process so that you can able to implement or switch job into it. So the level 1 program is called Foundation. Actually, I shouldn't really label Foundation. It is called AI LLM Core Essential Program. So I'll quickly talk about in this video only about the AI LLM Essential. So you will need to know why you should learn, what we will be teaching, what kind of outcome you will get in this. Okay, let's go in detail to this. So week 1, we will teach you exactly what you will be learning out of LLMs. For example, a lot of you know the basic about how ChatGPT works. So we don't cover you LLM is not equal to ChatGPT. Okay, so remember that LLM is not equal to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an agent which goes and talk to the OpenAI LLMs models like 4.1, 5 right now, and so on. So hence you should understand how these LLM works. For example, you provide an input, you get an output. How does these work when you're providing an input? Could be a text, image, video or audio. So each content need to be converted into appropriate tokens. So you should know what is a token, how these tokens are converted into vector embedding. For example, if you don't understand Spanish, still model understands. So how does model convert our text or an image to a meaningful content? So that is something called vector embedding. So we'll have to teach you that. Then you need to understand how transformer convert these vector embeddings into meaningful translations using MOE model for DeepSeek or the Chinese model versus the American models. We use pretty much the transformers. How does they differ? And once they get the data into it, how does the pre-trained model or fine-tuned model convert them into a response as a token? How these tokens are generated to you in a stream, and how do you see this response? We should take you to that entire content and make you to understand it. In addition, we should also teach you, and actually we teach the different public models and private models. How do you use those models? Which model for what kind of transactions? You'll get a very deep dive understanding about each one of them. We'll also teach you where are the free models available, how do you use those models, basically the Llama models, the DeepSeek model, Q1 model or Mistral model, how do you use them? Even OpenAI released 2 different models on open source. How do you use those models? Also, you will be learning part of the program. Then how about the public models using APIs? In addition to that, we also tell you how can you host your own model using Ollama. So all this part of our learning exercise. Once you cross that, we teach you part of the phase 1 learning itself, couple of things including the details about prompt engineering. So a lot of people think, hey, what is wrong? I can write any prompt. Please understand, prompt engineering becomes very interesting for you today, and you should understand what is prompt engineering and context engineering, and how does prompt engineering should be used with a framework. We teach you exactly one of our very famous iSpot framework, where you will learn how to utilize them specifically for testing automation specific cheat sheets. Once you learn that, you should also learn how to call a large language model using an API. So we teach you very depth, talking about endpoints, your post calls, your parameters, exactly talking about how to use a temperature to spin your responses differently, right? And you will see magically when you are using different parameter, how does your output can differ, what is a function call, tools call, all this you learn as part of our implementation. Once you do this across, by the way, when you learn all this, you also practice a lot with a real-time app, so you will get a lot of insight about it. Once you cross this, you definitely start building multiple applications. For example, how do you build a Chrome extension which can grab data from the DOM, convert into Selenium or Playwright code? You will learn how to design them, how to implement them. You also learn how do you convert a Swagger document to a REST assured code, or how do you give a user story input and convert them into test cases using the prompt engineering and the API calls with different models, see the response as a web app. So we'll use vibe coding, so you don't need to know the coding for this phase. So with the VS Code, with the models that you have in place, with a Copilot, we should be able to build these solutions a lot faster than what you can think about. Finally, there is a very interesting thing. We also teach you something interesting called supervised fine-tune, which generally people don't teach at all, because for doing a supervised fine-tuning model, you need public LLMs with basically at least $10 minimum to your report to try this. So we give you a $25 credit with the OpenAI or other models, where you can be able to use our moderation API layer, talk to the model, build supervised fine tuning. What is that? For example, if you go to a prompt, ask it to generate code, generally generate a plain Selenium code, general test case. How do you fine tune it specific to your project, specific to your framework? That is when we teach you supervised fine tuning model. You learn it with OpenAI models, then you know how to measure them also as part of it. This is exactly what we do as part of our learning. So you got a lot of AI apps that you build for testing and supervised fine-tuning model, LLM, API, all this. I believe now 4 weeks is worth. Now, Babu, is that something I can learn it in just 4 weeks? Absolutely yes, because we have trained more than few hundred people, week on week, month on month on this. We have got the expertise to do that. In addition to that, we build a lot of AI agents for our customers. We definitely can do that. The last thing, will I get enough support? Yes, we got 6 experts who is building the RAG solution, will be available on call almost from the morning to evening, weekdays and weekend. One of them can talk to you one-to-one, help you solve your problem. You can see all the testimonials that are spent here to see the reality. Okay, if you trust us, come to our program. We can definitely take you to the position where you will get very deep understanding about the LLMs and AI by the 4 weeks. See you in the program. And one of our trainer is about 15 years, has built RAG and AI agents, will be the co-coach who will run through everything from scratch. See you in the program.